Hi, Sandra. It's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Could I ask you to please introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Sandra. I'm from Washington, D.C., United States.
Wow.
I'm 39 years old. I'm currently living in Colombia, South America, but right now, traveling through South America. Right now, I'm in Ecuador and on my way to Peru. And I speak Spanish, so I'm bilingual.
Excellent.
Um, my mother is originally from Colombia, so her native language is Spanish.
Mm.
Yeah, like I said, I've been teaching English for almost 8 years, and with
Okay.
Cambly for 4. And just happy to do what I love to do. I feel very lucky and
Yeah.
blessed.
Oh, that
Mhm.
sounds amazing. Thank you. So, as you know, my name is Neetu, and I
Hi,
am also a
Neetu.
Cambly tutor. I've been on Cambly for 3 years, teaching on Cambly, and I've
Okay,
set up this channel just 3 months ago to help people just learn phrases and grammar, and have conversations like this.
great.
So, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for
Um,
having me. Thank
Yes,
you.
great. Thank you. So I'm in Thailand at the moment. So do you mind just telling me a little bit about your childhood, where you grew up, and where you are now as
Yeah,
well?
sure. So I grew up in a suburb of Washington, D.C., which technically is in Maryland, the state of Maryland,
Mhm.
one of the 50 states. And I grew up in a bicultural household. My father is American with Ukrainian ancestry. And like I said, my
Mm.
mother was born in Colombia and raised there until the age of 12. And
Yes.
then my parents, they met each other in
Oh,
Washington, D.C.
okay.
So yeah, I have a sister and
Yes.
an older brother.
Mhm.
And my childhood was very, yeah, I think very regular, you'd say.
Yes.
But I think that I also had the fortune of traveling. I got to
Mm.
travel to different
Oh,
countries, and I've always been interested in learning new things. I'm a piano
mhm.
player and a singer. I've been playing
Yes.
piano since I
Wow.
was 4 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Uh,
see.
so yeah, music is a big part of my life. Has always been a big,
Yeah.
big part of my life. Mhm.
That's amazing. Wow, it's lovely
Yeah,
to
I
hear about
actually
you.
I utilize singing in my classes as well. Anytime anybody wants to
Yeah.
sing, I'm like, I think singing and learning
Yeah.
songs is a really wonderful way of language
Yeah.
learning too.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. So did you have training in singing, or is it more like, do you learn yourself?
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
I had singing lessons growing up
Yeah.
and I
Mhm.
performed and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So do you sing for any kind of events or uh,
Not anymore. Now I'm not a professional anymore. Like, I mean,
yeah.
I never did it. I never did it professionally, but
Mhm.
in high school, middle school, and elementary school, I was always in singing groups, and
Okay.
I've done a little bit of performance here and there, but not as my job or anything.
Right. Oh, that's
Hmm.
great. So are you
Yeah.
someone who are you in a choir or anything like that? So how do you find time for that as well as teaching? Do you pursue it on the weekends or?
I haven't been in a choir in a while since before COVID, but yeah, I would
Mm,
do it. I would join at the school that I was teaching at. I used to work at a
mm,
British bilingual school, and
mm.
we had a choir going at that school, and yeah, it was really enjoyable. I loved it.
That's amazing. Wow.
Hmm.
So you grew
Yeah.
up in Washington and now you're
Hmm.
in Colombia. So
Yeah.
was that a plan? Is it a long-term plan or is it just for a couple of
So
years?
I moved, actually, it happened in conjunction. So my English teaching career happened simultaneously. When I moved to Colombia, I realized I needed to find a job doing something, and teaching English was the obvious choice. And so, yeah, I've been living in Colombia since 2018. And I
Okay.
think that I'm now approaching the end of my time in Colombia and will be moving back to the United States to pursue a master's degree.
Oh,
But
I see. Yeah.
yes, but I've really
Wow.
enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So you said that your mum is from Colombia. So
Yes. Mhm.
do you have relatives there as well?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah,
We still have family living in Colombia, so that's
yeah,
always nice to have family nearby.
yeah, that's lovely. And
Hmm.
now you're traveling as well. So what have you
Yeah.
enjoyed the most about the countries that you visited?
So I just started my 3-month journey, and so far, I've really enjoyed being in Ecuador. So the city where I live in Colombia is on the uh, Caribbean Sea. So it's a very
Mhm.
tropical climate, very hot all year round. It's about
Mhm.
in Celsius, it's about 30 degrees Celsius the whole year.
Mhm.
So it's very hot. So coming here to Ecuador,
Mhm.
I'm in a city called Cuenca, and
Mhm.
the climate is much more temperate. It's about
Mhm.
20 degrees all year in the
Mhm.
day, and then at
Mhm.
night it gets down to about 10 or 9 degrees. So
Mhm.
I've had to climatize and get
Mhm.
used to the new climate.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful city in the mountains, and
Mhm.
the cultures, people are very warm and friendly, and the
Yeah,
food is delicious.
that's
And
amazing.
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, that's great. Wow. So you said that you're now finishing your travels and you're going back to
I
Washington.
just
Is that
started actually,
right?
just started this month. Yeah. So I will be
Mhm.
traveling from now until the end of October,
I
at which
see.
point I will go back to Colombia and say
Mhm.
goodbye to all my family and friends, and then
Mhm.
go back to the United States. Yeah. Hmm.
Oh, with lots of really special memories, I'm sure.
Exactly. Yeah. It'll be
Yeah,
bittersweet.
yeah. Are you traveling with friends or are you alone when
At
you're
the
traveling?
moment, actually, I have a friend accompanying me, but for the
Mhm.
first 2 weeks almost, I've been alone. So it's
Yeah,
nice to have somebody here now with me
right.
sharing, and yeah, it's been really nice to have her. Hmm.
That's great. So you're speaking Spanish a lot. So would you say that you're
Yeah.
fluent in Spanish as well?
I would say I'm very proficient,
Yeah.
but I think that it's always a second language. As I tell my students that
Mhm.
you can always feel like there's so much more to learn,
Yeah.
and never to compare it to your native language, because you're always
Yeah.
going to feel like it's not good enough. But I
Yeah.
think that in the last 8 years, I've improved tremendously, and I
Yeah.
feel like I'm confident to speak to anybody now.
Right. That's great. So of course, on Cambly, there are many people like at different levels of learning, beginner and
Yeah.
intermediate. So, do you mainly teach beginners or intermediate or advanced speakers, or is it just like a mix of all of them?
So I started out teaching just beginners when I first
Right.
started my English
Okay.
teaching career. And then with Cambly, I basically transitioned into all ages and all levels. And
Mhm.
it was really kind of intimidating at first, because I was used to only teaching young kids at the beginner
Mhm.
level. And I think that Cambly, I've expanded, I've spread my wings now, and
Yeah.
I feel comfortable teaching all levels and all ages.
Yes. Oh, that's
Hmm.
excellent. So do you
Hmm.
teach, so you teach children and adults, is that right?
Adult,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
I see, right. Do you have a
Mhm.
preference, like if you prefer teaching younger kids or adults?
No,
Yeah.
so when I first started teaching, actually, when I first started being a teacher, even before I was English teaching, I was just a teacher in an elementary school.
Mhm.
And then I also had some experience teaching in a preschool. And I used to think I only ever want to teach kids. I just want to
Mm,
teach kids.
right.
And so that's why I was quite intimidated when I was teaching on a platform online, and
Mm,
that platform suddenly had to the company had to terminate. And so basically I was looking for a new job, and when I
mm,
found Cambly, and I discovered that I would have to maybe teach adults, I was nervous,
mhm.
because
I see.
I'd never experienced that. But
Yeah,
now, after Cambly, I absolutely love teaching adults too.
yes,
I'd say that I
it's
love it as much as
amazing.
teaching children.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
exactly, and every conversation is so different, isn't it? That's the most
Absolutely.
special part, yeah, and you feel
Hmm.
like you're reaching so many different people every day which is fantastic.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
guess because you're traveling, you can also work from anywhere, which is such an advantage. Yeah.
I feel so grateful for that. I mean, without
Mm.
this job, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's the best. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. So, if I could just ask you, Sandra, do you have any tips that you would give people watching today who
Mhm.
are just starting on their English learning journey? Maybe
Okay.
they're not able to speak or they feel kind of hesitant when they're
Mhm.
speaking. What advice would you give
Yeah.
them? Yeah.
I would say, it's okay to feel nervous in the beginning when you're learning a new skill.
Mhm.
It's a little scary and uncomfortable, but
Mm.
you know what? Just it's okay to make mistakes and it's okay. In the beginning, you're going to feel like it's like in the beginning when you're learning how to ride a bike. In the beginning, it's shaky
Yeah.
and it's
Right.
scary. And then suddenly it just gets easier and easier until you just feel like, wow, like I'm doing it. And it's a process. And
Yeah.
there's going to be days when you feel frustrated,
Yeah.
and then there's going to be other days and that you feel, wow, this is amazing. I'm making progress. So just stick with it.
Yeah.
It's not a race. It's it's a marathon. I think that's the saying. But
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
just be patient with yourself and
Yeah.
have fun. Have fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I think, like when students watch back their old videos, they realize how much progress they've made, even though they can't see it
Yeah.
always. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
a really good
Hmm.
thing. Yeah. So I guess like reading, writing, listening to podcasts as well is also useful.
I always say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell my students, don't expect to
Yeah.
just get good, get
Yeah.
better if you're only practicing on Cambly or if you're
Yeah.
only spending like 1 hour a week.
Yeah.
It's something that you have to make it part of your lifestyle in your daily life
Yeah.
as much as possible.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the more you do that, the
Mm.
more progress you'll see.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and of course, speaking to people who are fluent, like speakers like you, who they can
Yeah,
really practice and learn new phrases, learn idioms, and yeah, so it's a real
exactly.
advantage. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Hmm.
So yeah, just to get a sense of your so now you're in Colombia. So can you just tell me the name of the city you told me? Because I've got it written here, but I can't quite say it. Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
I've been living in Cartagena, Colombia,
right.
for the last almost 8 years. And
I
now
see.
I'm traveling and I'm in Ecuador. I'm in a city called Cuenca. And
Cuenca.
I'll be basically traveling almost every country in South America, with the exception of Venezuela, Uruguay, and Paraguay. I'm
Right.
gonna be traveling, yeah, as all these countries. I'm really excited.
Amazing. Wow. So
Hmm.
Cuenca, what is it famous for in Ecuador? So for me, like I've been to Florida, but I've never been to South America at all. So
Uh-huh.
could you
Oh,
just
I
like
really
enlighten me?
recommend you one day
Yeah,
to come if you ever have a chance.
yeah.
Well, of course, it's all Spanish-speaking countries, with except for
Mm,
Brazil, of course,
mm,
which I will also be going to Brazil, and hopefully not having too much of trouble just getting by with my English and
mm.
Spanish, because I don't speak any Portuguese, which is what they speak there.
Right.
But I think that South America is a just a beautiful country with amazing
Mhm.
nature, and
Wow.
I think people know coffee is very famous
Mhm.
in
Yeah,
Colombia, and they have really good coffee here as well. The
yeah.
people are very warm and friendly,
Mhm.
and yeah, it's a wonderful destination for
Oh,
tourists.
that's
Yeah.
amazing. And is there any food that's like particularly traditional to the area where you are?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right now in Ecuador, yeah, I've discovered they're really good with soups here too, which in
Mhm.
Colombia too. That was one of the things I loved most growing up.
Mhm.
I had nannies from Colombia when I was young, and they
Ah,
would make these delicious soups, and
mhm.
so that's one of my favorite things about traditional food here.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
I see. So what would be
yeah.
in the soup? Was it like vegetables or is it meat?
So the soup here that I've discovered in Ecuador that I really like is actually potato. It's called
Yeah.
lakra. I think that's what it's called. It's a potato
Wow.
soup, and they
Okay.
put potato in it and a little bit of vegetable, maybe like some green pea and an
Oh,
avocado inside
yeah.
and cheese. It's
Right.
delicious.
That
So
sounds
good.
lovely. Oh, and I'm such a
Hmm.
big cheese fan, so I'm sure I would
Me
love
too.
that. Do you love cheese? Yeah. That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. So what are your
Yeah.
own food habits like, Sandra? Do you eat
Hmm.
most things or do you have any like restrictions on what you eat?
I almost eat like there's almost nothing that I won't eat. I love
Mm,
everything. I love to try new
yeah.
food. I'm not so adventurous when it comes to like eating weird meats. Like I like to stick to just meats that I know and that I'm familiar
Mhm,
with. But when
mhm.
it comes to trying like spices, like I love to try
Yeah.
different spices and
Oh,
combinations of food and cuisines from different
yes.
countries. So I'd say, yeah, I'm a good person to go and be food exploring with.
Yeah, sounds amazing. Well, and I guess because you're traveling, you can try so many different types of food and yeah,
Yeah.
really get to
Hmm.
enjoy the local food. Yeah. So are there
Yeah.
any places, any other countries or continents that you would really like to visit that you haven't been to yet?
Oh my God, I'd love to go to the
Yeah,
every continent possible.
yeah, yeah.
I think the next on my list, though, I'm really like looking towards Asia. As
Mhm.
I said, I love
Yeah,
like spices and I love Asian food.
yeah,
And so I hope that I will be able to make it there in the next
yeah.
couple years. I'd
Oh,
love
that's
to go to
great.
India, by the way. Oh
Lovely.
my God,
Yes,
I think Indian
yeah.
food might be my favorite food in the world.
Really? Yeah. That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. And it's such a diverse country in India. So the north and the south is completely
Yeah.
different, everything, the food. And so I'm from the south, and the south, many
Hmm.
of the dishes are based on coconut because there's so many coconut trees.
Really? Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah. So it's quite spicy food, and they have, there's many vegetarians, but also, of course, meat eaters as well. Yeah.
Right,
Um,
yeah. Hmm.
yeah. So I
Yes.
think like,
Growing
yeah.
up, we went to Indian restaurants a lot. My parents
Yeah.
also really love Indian food.
Yeah.
And I just remember some of my earliest memories are going to the Indian restaurant and always drinking a mango lassi.
Oh, yeah. That's really
Loved
famous,
it.
yeah, and I think it's so
Yeah.
refreshing on a hot day as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And especially when you're eating spicy food, it kind of
yes,
helps to like, yeah, combat the spice. But it
exactly. Yeah,
love Indian food.
right. Of course, they have, like, the sweet lassi, but they also have a salty one. So which would
I've never
you go
tried
for?
that.
Yeah,
I've never tried
yeah,
it, but I have a feeling that I would like the sweet one more because they
yeah.
also have something here in Latin America, actually, now that you say that.
Mhm,
There's you can they eat actually raw mango, like well, like before it ripens, they eat it
mhm.
and they eat it with salt and they put some lime on it. And
Right.
it's an interesting taste. And I actually like it at
Mm,
times.
yeah,
Yeah, it's called mango biche.
okay.
It's basically like unripened mango with some
Mm.
salt, and I mean they sometimes even add like some hot sauce onto it. Like
I
sometimes a little
see,
weird.
yeah,
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 and I like it, but I
mm,
still much prefer eating a nice ripe sweet mango.
right. Yeah, and here in Thailand, of course, like mangoes are really popular as well, really famous. They have the mango
Yeah.
season. Yeah, mangoes, sticky
Yeah.
rice. Yeah. And they also have,
Sure.
yeah, mango, like, or in every form, like milkshakes and different times of the year.
Yeah. Can
So
I ask
that's
you some
great.
questions?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay, so how long have you been living in Thailand?
So I've been here 14 years now. This is my
Oh,
14th year.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So all
So,
you have children?
yeah. Yeah. So we actually came here for my husband's job. So I have three boys.
Okay.
And yeah, they are one lives in England. He's just graduated from uni. He's 24. And the other
Okay.
two are 14 and 15. So they're here with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the 14-year-old was born in Thailand?
No, they were both actually born in London, and we came
Okay.
here when they were very young, like 8 months old and 1.5.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So they basically
Mm.
all their memories are in Thailand and
Exactly,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, as far as I know, they've always lived here. They don't have any, but we go to England every year. So we're going in September.
Oh,
for
okay.
yeah, my sister's son is getting married, my nephew. So we're
Oh,
going to the
okay.
wedding. Yeah, so we try and go
Nice.
once a year, but there's such a long way. It's
Yeah.
like 12 hours. So it's not practical to go
Yeah,
every holiday, but I would love to. I
that's
really
true.
miss family and friends. Yeah. But
Yeah,
life is good here. Yeah, we're really happy here.
I'd love to go
So
to
it's like a
Thailand.
balance, isn't it, Sandra? It's like you either have your. I think when you live away from family, you really connect with friends. Do you agree? Do you think it's a different?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes, it's true. Yeah, you need to
yeah,
find your own family. I mean,
yeah,
I have family in Colombia, so I mean, it's not my
yeah,
immediate family, but it
yeah.
is my mom's, they're my mom's cousins, and
Mhm.
so that is always nice because I'm very family oriented, and
Right.
so I
Yeah,
think having family is so important nearby.
yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why I'm now choosing to go study back in the United States so I can be closer
I
to my
see.
parents. But yeah, but
Okay,
I
that's
think
nice.
that living in another country, having that
Yeah,
experience, I think
yeah,
everybody should try to do that because I think it's
right.
so eye-opening to get
Mm,
used to it being in another culture.
yeah,
And you learn so many things about yourself and about other
yeah.
people and the
That's
world.
so
And
true.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. And everything that was familiar to you, suddenly it's like all new and you have to start again. But it's really fun, isn't it? Exploring a different place and, you know,
absolutely.
yeah, every aspect is so different and kind of integrating
Yeah,
into another culture, which is great.
sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So with me, I
Yeah.
always think, I love Thailand, but we might eventually go back to London. But I would always love to have one foot in Thailand and, keep a
Yeah,
base here and just to come for some of the months because we've been here for so long and I just feel it's also home. It's like I feel
it's
like I've
always
got
going
two
to be your
homes.
home. That's how I feel. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm about to leave Colombia after 8 years, and it's
Wow.
going to be so bittersweet for me, and there's going to be
Yeah.
tears and everything. But I just keep telling myself, reminding myself, and luckily it's really not that far. It's not 12 hours. It's more like a 7 hour journey. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna come back. I know I'll be back
Mm.
a lot, to
Yeah.
visit. Not the same as living, of course, but it'll
Yeah.
always be my home. There'll always be people there to receive me
Exactly.
with open arms. And
Yeah.
yeah, I
That's
feel lucky
right.
that I have another
Yeah.
home to go back
Yeah.
to. Hmm.
Exactly. And I think you always carry those people with you, don't you? Like the people you leave behind.
Absolutely.
You always have them
Hmm.
with you. That's amazing. And I love the accent, I have to say, because I don't hear the American accent very much. It's mainly
Really?
the British accent where I hear like,
Yeah.
so it's lovely to hear it. Yeah. So
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you were studying, Sandra, did you, in your like school days, did you learn um any other languages as well as English when you were growing up?
Spanish. I
Oh,
started learning
right.
Spanish in school at seventh grade.
I
And
see.
I felt like so confident in my as I was one of the best Spanish students in the class because,
Mm,
my mother never spoke to me growing up,
mm,
unfortunately,
mm,
but I always listened to it. And that
yeah,
is proof that even just listening to the
yeah,
language is so it gives you such an advantage
yeah,
when you come to learn it because I just had an ear for it. I had a knack
yeah.
for it. And so
That's
I really think
interesting.
that exposure really
Yeah,
helped pave the way for me to be able to speak the language better. So that's
yeah.
why I always encourage my student,
So
just
good.
listen. It doesn't matter if
Yeah,
you're not speaking, just have it on in the background even. Just put something in the background and just
exactly.
listen.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just about immersing yourself in the language. So I have a student
100%.
who drives like 1 hour each way to work.
Mhm.
And she always says to me that she just has something on in the background, like you said, and it's just the listening helps because you're kind of unconsciously learning, aren't you, while
I
you're
know,
listening?
yeah.
So it's really
Oh,
good.
we're
Yeah,
running out of time, unfortunately. The time is
yeah,
almost up.
yeah.
It's so nice
It
to
was
meet
so
you, Neetu.
lovely to
Thank you
talk to
so
you.
much for this opportunity. I
Oh,
really
it's such a
appreciate
pleasure. Thank you for
it.
joining.